We're live on Facebook. Everyone, thanks for joining us. We're going to be doing something special. We've never done this before, and that's creating what Chime calls smart plans, but they're drips. They're really drips. They're automated drips. And I'm going to be creating some live with Randy here on the back end of Chime. And for those of you joining in, we're also going to give them to you as a Google Doc. And if you're in Chime, Randy, is it easy to just push go and then share it with everybody that's already in Chime?
What I'll need is for everyone who's using Chime to notify their client services manager to share the drip that we make today with them, right? Because we can share smart plans within the Chime community, but the client service manager has to be the one to click the buttons to make it appear.
All right, cool. All right. Anything you want to disclose before we get started? Anything people should know about smart plans, or should we just dive in?
The one thing I would say to people about smart plans is they're incredibly flexible. So while today we're going to be creating a drip campaign for new leads, you could also use it to build a workflow for the contract to close process on the other side of the transaction. So it's pretty dynamic in that regard. But other than that, let's dive into it. You're driving today,
buddy. I think I'll create them. Unless you want to create them, I'm good either way.
Hey, you're the mastermind here.
Perfect. Let me do this. I'm going to take everybody to share my screen. I was looking at Cookout, so you'll see. So before you joined us, I'm gonna just do a little bit off topic here. Before you joined us, Randy and I were going back and forth as to what place was better to eat, whether it was In-N-Out, like fast food out here in Southern California, which I gotta say,
fast food.
In-N-Out's okay. In-N-Out's not the greatest. And I was born in Southern California, and I just don't like the like thin patties. It has good taste. It's just the thin patties don't. I'm not really happy with them. Cookout, on the other hand, Randy swears by Cookout.
Swear by it.
The problem is, look, I'm gonna zoom out. They're only in Atlanta or wherever the hell this is.
Oh, I think you might be maximized with how many results you can get, but you're not going to find any west of the Mississippi.
Dude, I'm doing 500-mile search.
Let's see it.
And I want 300 results. Nothing where I live, dude. Come on.
Not a bud.
All right, well, nothing in Malibu, my friend. Let's go to Chime. That was fun. All right. Now we're going to build out these smart plans, or drips, whatever you want to call them. We're going to build them out in Chime. Now, one thing I want to show you, let me just make sure everybody can see my screen. Randy, I almost called you Chime, Randy. Damn.
So Chime, my favorite thing about Randy.
That was weird, Randy. Anytime you want to chime in, Randy, just let me know.
Oh, perfect.
All right. So let me see if it looks good on Facebook. Jake, can you make sure it's good on Facebook and also pin it to the top? I just did a Facebook watch party on it.
Love it.
All right. This is where we go. First of all, I want to show you a couple of things before we get started. We do have leads coming in. Let me see chat box first. We got people from Dallas, Michigan. Oh, Tommy's in SoCal. Robert, I agree with you. Tommy's is really good. That might compare with Randy's restaurant there. What was it? Louisiana, Woodstock. Hello from Tennessee. What's up? Mary Albie, The Habit is really good as well. We were talking about that too. Linda, she says, check out my favorite fried chicken place, Honey's Kettle. Fried chicken in Culver City down. Oh, I'm gonna write that down right now.
That sounds really good.
Actually, it does. I'm texting it to myself. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. What's up, Renee? And have you had Cookout? No, I haven't had Cookout. Boston. What's up, Eric from Boston and Rhode Island? Let's get started, everybody. Thanks for joining us. All right, first things first. This is the back end of Chime. Now, you can do this on other platforms. We choose Chime because we're using Chime. We currently have, I don't know, like $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 worth of leads coming in a month now through Chime. So that's a lot of leads coming through. And so this is why I love smart plans. You see right in the middle here, you have a section that says smart plan emails. All right, this is where I get started. Randy, is there any place else that you get started? This is where I go.
No, this is the best place to start your day on Chime. Just go right into your dashboard. Obviously, with someone like Tristan who's so dialed in, there's nothing slipping through the cracks right now. But
Perfect.
But the whole point right here, where it says your smart plans do not have any matched leads to apply.
Yep.
The system is looking through your database to see if there's any smart plan that exists that would apply to one of your leads. But we already know Tristan's a tech geek here, so he's not going to miss out on any opportunity.
Yeah, we're good, buddy. We got everybody on this stuff. So I'm excited to show and build one out here. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to go here. You see where I went? I went to add smart plan. This was my favorite part, by the way. When I clicked on this, when I joined, I was like, what? This is cool, dude. Just this alone. Watch, I'm going to show you what happens as you scroll over here. So we got initial contacts, nurturing, opportunity capture, property marketing, transaction, and after closing. This is where you can build the smart plans in. So if I go here after closing, you see now it's highlighted, and I go to the right, it already has recommended ones, just in case I don't want to build any, right? And I know real estate agents are focused on prospecting and getting business. So it's kind of tough when you tell somebody, hey, why don't you build out your own, right? The cool thing is they're already built out. See, I can go here and I can even click on them and it shows you what they are. So it says, okay, what happens automatically? Then day one, it waits a day, right? Then it waits 3 days, then an auto text, it's a check-in. Then wait 5 days, then another one, and then wait 77 days, big gap there after closing. You don't want to bug them too often, so perfect for that. And 90 days. I might change that one, Randy. How's life? I like that one. That's a subject title. That's a good one. All right. I love that one. All right. So then you go over to nurturing, right? And then you have other choices right here that are already made. Check it out. Seller no response, AI. We'll talk about AI in a little bit. I want to talk about AI before I dive into it. So, but let me go through this. Buyer seller lead door knocking. So just in case you found in door knocking, first time buyer drip, has agent AI, and investor drip. Now, initial contact. That's always great because these are the templates for leads coming through. So from Facebook, let me zoom in here. These are all of the online leads that are coming through or new leads that come through. This is where you would go. So probably looking at this one, buyer lead from Facebook or buyer lead registered on website. That's probably where I would look first if you're getting leads from Chime or anywhere else. Let's take a look at how this one looks. You've got your inquiry on Facebook, right? Auto email. Then it's telling me, hey, make a phone call, right? It prompts me. Then it's an auto text 30 minutes in. And it's not like a realtor.com lead or Zillow lead, so you have time. This is why it takes 30 minutes to reach out and buy text, which is fine. Then email, then call, and so forth, 14 days out. Now, we have a choice here. We can either do this one or register on website, type drip. That's more like for Google, or you can even use that one for Google as long as it doesn't say specifically coming from Facebook on any of that drip. So I'm going to stop and then I'll go into creating the drips with you, which you'll get. But I want to talk to Randy first really quick about AI. Randy, if I go back here where it says nurturing, and I have this seller no response AI, what does AI mean here when I'm looking into this? What does that mean?
So something I really like about Chime is the AI assistant that we developed. And as we've discussed previously on webinars, the AI assistant is built using Google's machine learning, and then we effectively injected our real estate knowledge into it so it could hold genuine conversations. Now, what we did to improve the quality of the AI bot is that if we come to a dead end, in this instance, a seller didn't respond, the AI assistant's actually going to automatically trigger this smart plan so that this person is being dripped without you having to go in and do it yourself.
Yeah, perfect. And great answer. Now, look, for those of you that are asking, well, I don't have Chime, am I going to get anything off of this? Yes, I created a Google Doc for you. I'm also going to give that out so that you have a drip or a smart plan. I'm just going to show you how to create it here. You can create it anywhere. It can be in, well, not anywhere because not everybody has this feature, but you can create it in things like Agent Legend, or you can create it in Shout Boss. You can create it in other places that allow you to do drips. But for the purpose of creating a drip here, I'm going to create it here. And you know what, dude? I'm going to go ahead and create something different. I know we were going to create a buyer one,
Ooh.
but I want to create one for past clients a year out.
Let's do it.
I think that everybody gets a past client, but they don't take care of them, right? So I want to show that, and that's going to be under after closing. So I can go here, create an after closing smart plan, or I can go here, right? Add new. I'm going to go right ahead and just build it right here so it stays here. Are you okay with that, Randy?
Let's do it.
All right, cool. Now I'm going to name it past client drip 1 year because this is going to be only for 1 year. So past client drip 1 year. Now I have these all written out, so you're going to get them as a Google link as well. So don't forget. Now, Randy, what does it mean by target lead type? What am I looking at here? If they're now a past client, where would I categorize them? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. Before they were a past client, they were one of these lead types.
All right, perfect. So I could choose all technically because then they became a past client, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right, let me shut that down. If I miss a question on the chat box, just let me know. All right, cool. This is going to be my plan or my team plan. I'm going to allow my team to be on it as well. This way they can grab it. Now, application conditions, any conditions that I should include here, Randy?
If you want this to be triggered after after the lead is, or the client is moved from, under track to closed, this could do that.
All right. So whenever the lead meets a specified condition, right? So let's say I add a tag to them and they become past client, it automatically puts it in there.
Exactly.
Right. So
you could do pipeline, group, all of the above.
Perfect. So let's say I would have past client and I click it there. I don't have it on here. So I do have all these other tags though that we just added. So we're in the process of adding those for now. No condition. Auto pause when? I don't want this to auto pause. So I created this not to auto pause. Obviously, if you're creating one for an incoming buyer that you're going back and forth with and they respond, you don't want it to continue to go, right? So I don't want this to shut off. So that I don't have to worry about. We're good. So now here we go. We can add a step here, add a step underneath. Now the first one that I'm going to have is I'm going to do a call. And it's going to say make a phone call. I would put the verbiage here, but just for the purpose of this, I'm going to read it out to you so we can do it a little quicker because I don't want to run out of time. I want to show you everything. So 0 minutes in, typically when somebody closes, we're going to say, hey, congratulations again, Randy, or just congratulations again in general. And here you can connect it to a voicemail drop as well. If you have, what was the name of the company, Randy?
Slide broadcast.
Slide broadcast, right? So you can do it through slide broadcast. If you have it, you can connect it here. If not, you can go to Agent Legend if you've already got them and they have that built in. So here's where I go. Congratulations again. Now, I know I've said it before, but it was great working with you. And I appreciate that you trusted me in this whole process. Now, I promise I'm going to stay in touch. Now, I'm saying that here in the voicemail drop because I'm actually putting them in this drip that's going to allow me to stay in touch, right? So, and then I say, so please remember that I'm here to help out with any questions. Have a fun day and enjoy your home, right? So whatever it is, that's what it goes to. And I assign it to, I can assign it to whoever you want. I'm going to assign it to the agent because that's who's going to make that call, right? And do we want to remind the assignee here, Carol, Randy?
Carol.
I got your last name.
It brings me back to my football days.
There you go. Carol!
Yeah, I heard that more than once. Remind assignee would be great.
Perfect. All right. By SMS, that's what I love, by the way.
For sure.
When task is created, right?
Yes, sir.
Boom. All right. So this is important so you don't forget. Now, number 2, here's where I'm going to add a text. So now I can go into, see, immediately, wait an hour, wait a day, wait a minute, whatever you want to do. I'm going to do a text, and it's going to be an automated text, and it's going to go out same time. So I would say probably I want to wait about 2 minutes. The task was 2 minutes after the previous step has been completed, right? So now I'm done there. Now I can go over here and say, all right, what I want to do, does it go to the agent? Yes. Now I need a subject line so people know what the heck this is. I just say first text so that people know, right? If my agent's reading it, they know first text. And then here's the text. It's going to be something along the lines as, hey, hi, and then I'm going to put a template here, or a variable, first name. I always use their first name, right? Hi, first name, and then I just left you a voicemail. Congrats again. Have a great and fun day, right?
Love it.
So put that there, done. Let me zoom out right there. And now I can go and say, okay, question for you. Is there any way to add emojis on here?
Not at this exact time.
All right, cool. So can you still hear me? Because I hear a little feedback.
Yeah, I'm getting some feedback, but I can hear you fine.
All right. Let me check here with everybody here just to make sure we're all good. Can everybody hear me well, or do you hear some staticky noise when I talk? Just to make sure.
Tristan, you're coming through great. Randy's a little staticky.
Perfect. All right, good. All right, Randy. Carroll, you're staticky. All right, here we go. All right, we're good. So here, I do that one, then I go to the next one. I'm going to add a next step because I'm pretty happy with that one. Here's the thing, though. The first day, you don't want to be overwhelming, and you're probably already talking to them. This is for people that you put out there and that you just put it on automation, or you automate it so that you don't forget. Because a lot of the times when we close, one of the biggest challenges is staying connected long-term, right? And so this is why I created this specifically for this. All right, so next is we do day 10, right? Or what we do is we wait. Here we go. We wait 10 days until after that one's done. And we have this one going around 12. So we try it lots of different times. And if you want to do it like maybe 12:01 p.m., we could definitely do that. There you go. And that one's going to be an email. And the subject line is going to be, tell me how it's going. And you can either put their first name here if you want. So, but I just leave it like that. Here we go. Now, email body it's going to be, hey, and I always use their first name in the body right there. Unless you want to be proper, you could say Mr. Carroll, all right? Or if, whatever you want. That's how I roll. So just remember that part. You can change that up. And then I put, it's been a few days since you bought your home, and I hope you, and I'll correct any misspellings I have, had some time to mentally relax, which they probably haven't, right? Not sure if you're into real estate specific news. I'm not sure anybody's like just naturally into real estate specific news, but I wanted to share this link with you. All right, so now the link that I have is a link that I always change. I change this about once a year, but it's a good link for, hold on, let me do a few days. And it's a link, let me see if I have it here. Perfect, I do. So it's a Housing Wire link, and then it gives the seller news about real estate, right? This way, but I wanted to share this link with you. Perfect. And then it says, all is good with me when you get a chance. Oh, it's still linked, buddy. Here, let me unlink that whole thing. There we go. All right, let me unlink that. There we go. Unlink it. Oh, we could just do that. I wonder if it just unlinks it, Randy. How do you unlink that section right there that I got? You can unmute yourself. Let's see if I can hear you well. You still sound like a robot.
Yikes, that's not ideal.
Oh, there you go. You're good. You're good.
Good. All right. It's all right.
You highlight that and
Hit the unlink button. That's just a right click.
Okay, well, we can just right click it. All right, well, look, we can do it from up above. It doesn't even matter. We can grab it over here and do it fine. So what we can do is here, we can grab it here. Let me just mute you because you make me sound like a robot for some reason. All right, so here we're gonna say all is good on my end. When you get a chance, send me an email or text to say hello. Right now, we can just grab that, put it underneath. Randy can figure out how to do the other part so we can do it really well. Perfect. Randy, see what happens when you get excited about your fast food place? You broke your headset. Randy got so excited. What was that place called again? No, I don't even remember. All right. Next one is that same day we want to do. So wait until we go immediately. And then we do around, well, maybe we could do like that same day. Wait. If it's at, I was at 12, maybe we can wait like 5 hours instead. And do a text, auto text. And that one's going to be, just title it same day text. And then right after I'll do another one, Randy, then we'll go into the Google Doc and go in and show everybody how it's done. This way I just wanted to show everybody what was being done here on how easy it is so we can save it. Same day text. And the same day text is, hey, and I love using first name. Remember guys, first name is important. It makes it more personal, especially after you've closed, right? I forgot, oh, here we go, boom. I forgot to ask you, or no, let's do another one. I like this one better. Do you want to buy another house? 10 days after, right? Obviously, I'm joking. You don't have to joke like that, but most of our clients we have fun with. I'm joking. And then you can just put on a serious note, how are you doing? Right? And that's it. So now what we've got so far is now we started creating this whole process, right? That's looking really, really good. And now once we're done, I'm going to show you now finished. I'm going to save it right here. Content may not be, oh, sorry. I didn't do that one. So let me delete that one. Boom. Now I can save it. So now it's saved and I can go back to it there. But now I want to quickly show you here and go through with you what that looks like. All right. Now you might have a lot of questions on this one, but this is the doc that I'm going to give you, right? Which is at the top here. So Randy, this is what I'm going off of, right? This is what I'm building into Chime, and I'm putting all my drips in there too. So you see here, day one, I've got 0 minutes, call, voicemail, drop, or leave them a voicemail, right? 1 minute after I do that text, I put 2 minutes on the other one. That can change. Day 10, you got the email. I could do a video email, regular email, or a text. And then here's where I go. Day 30, I start skipping a lot more, right? A text in the morning. Day 60, voicemail or a call. Day 100. Now, I go like that. This is how I outline everything so it's clear for me first. And then I go into the details, right? So this is where I could just copy paste and put it into wherever I want. This is the reason I put it on a Google Doc first, because I can put it then anywhere I want, right? And I can tweak it here and then I can go and change it anywhere else. So this is what I'm going to give you, but I want to go over it with you so that you understand the approach. All right, so now we're in day 10. We send out the email at 12 and we send a text. Hey, do you want to buy another house? I'm joking. On a serious note, how are you doing? You can change that up. Day 30, now I start skipping. It's a text. It's in the morning. Hey, I forgot to send you this earlier, Randy, but it's a link to check out area-specific stats. Take a look. And then I put a link to Altos Research. You can put a link to anywhere else you want, but if they click on this link, they're going to see this, right? They're going to see the stats for Malibu, and they're going to see that it's slightly a buyer's market, right? And then they're going to see all the stats right here, right? That's the medium. Go ahead.
Can you hear me, Tristan?
I can hear you now, dude. You didn't break them. You're good.
I broke the cord. I had to connect it via Bluetooth, and I'm not very smart, so it was hard to do that, but
you got it.
There it is.
Now you got your sexy voice back, Carol.
Ooh, buddy.
Boom.
Late night DJ talk.
I love it. All right, so connected to something like this, you can connect it to, I'm sure that you have something that you can connect it to that shows stats that are similar. People always love to see how their areas are doing, so this is why we add that link right there, and you can replace that with whatever you want. Plug in the city that you want in that search area. I let them know too, because as they get there, they can type in whatever city they want, whatever zip code city they want there, or switch to condos, and they can have the same thing there. Now, day 60. Now you see there's a 30-day span now. Now I'm setting the tone. So every 30 days. Next is going to be a voicemail drop or a call by me. I usually have the voicemail drop, so I don't have to pick up the phone and talk to them. I don't know if Randy's going to talk to me for like an hour, right? But you'll get my voicemail, right? So be like, hey, Randy, I know I mentioned this before, but look, I just want to make sure that you remember that I do have a handyman. I have electricians. I have lots of people that I work with closely, right? And we all have these, but we take them for granted. So make sure that you let your past clients know, because chances are something's going to break, or they realize that they need something fixed in the house and they don't know who to call. So even if you've given them the list, it's important to remind them. And that's why I remind them on day 60. Day 100, you got a 6 p.m. text. I hope you're having a good evening, Randy, right? And the cool thing is it goes out whenever you have it go out. And that for us is really important, right? This is why we make it even more personal. And it sounds like it's us. It's not automated, right? That's why I love the time thing on Chime. I can be like, okay, this one's going out at 6. Boom. Now I can be like, hey, Randy, hope you're having a good evening. I was scrolling through my phone and I saw a picture of your home today. Just wanted to say hello. Easy.
Love it.
Right?
Love it.
And this, remember, this isn't shutting off. So when I created this over here, right after closing, this isn't shutting off. This is going to keep on going. I chose to have that one on. So here we go. Day 130, now 30-day span. I call in the morning, leave a voicemail. Hey, sorry I missed you. I was calling to catch up to see if you've done anything new to your home and to check to see how you're doing. When you get a chance, call me or text me. We can catch up this week at Starbucks. If you have 30 minutes, have a great day. Easy. It could be something along those lines, right? I just set that because that's the way we do it. That's the way we talk. Another 30 days. This is cool. Video text or regular text. If you're going to do a video text, do 15 seconds or less. Regular text, you can type in something else. Video text, mine says, hey, Randy, I thought I'd try something a little different to say hello. Anyway, hello, hope all is well. Easy, right? How intimidating is that? It's not. So 190, email. Now, remember when you're giving out information, you're giving out value. That's the key point. You're giving out value. You're not just spamming your past clients. Look at this email. Hey, again, I know you're probably super busy the first few months. when you were moving in. So I didn't want to bombard you with lots of emails, but I put 2 blogs together here that I sent to all my clients to take a look at. You may want to like it, or you may want to take a look at this. The first one is 6 things everyone should do when moving into their house, right? That's so generalized. You can use that anywhere. And then when they click on it, I'm going to click so you can show you what's there. You can leave that one there. You can change it. Remember, I'm sending this to you. Some people have been like, oh, this is good, so good. I haven't done this one yet, right? Or whatever, whichever one it is, right? Check for plumbing leaks, change the steam, clean the carpets, wipe your cabinets, invest in pest control, which I think is key. Do it. Introduce yourself to the circuit breaker box. That's important, right?
Yeah.
And so little things like that, again, value. And then second one, things you need to do after closing your house, right? Now that they've gone through this whole process, because if you've ever moved, you know how hectic it is, right? They're like eating off of order to go and every day for 30 days. Things are a mess. Boxes are everywhere. 30 days, kind of 60 days, getting back to normal. 100 days you're in. So I thought I'd leave it for here. Hey, by the way, Randy, here's some other things you should be doing now that everything's calm, right?
Yep.
190 days in. All right, day 210, leave a voicemail. Same thing. I hope you're having a good evening. No need to call me back today, Randy. I'm calling to say thank you for being part of my success this last year. I'm really thankful and grateful for your trust. I spoke to my broker this past week about my growth, and I thought of you and a few other people, and it helped me in my success. So in a nutshell, thank you. Just wanted to say that. Have a good night. Easy, right?
Love it.
These are calls you should be doing in the first place, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It's not all about buying and selling. Imagine if you get a call from somebody that you transacted with in the past, that you were part of their success, and for them to call you and say thank you, that changes the dynamic of how they're seeing you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So day 250, I just had one of my clients call me up. It's a text at 9 a.m. I just had one of my clients call me up, ask me for an electrician. If you need anyone, please reach out to me. I have connections, just reminding you. Now, if you go back to the last time we did this, right? Mm-hmm. That was over here on day 60, right? It's already been over half a year, right? Here we go, reminding them again. Why? Because it's that important, right? And when you give them an electrician, give them 3. That way, if the only one you gave them sucked, they don't come back to you and say, oh, Randy, your electrician sucked, right? Instead, you gave them 3 and they chose, right?
Yep.
Oh, and they're like, oh, you chose that guy? Oh, you should have chosen the other guy. Anyway, day 310, right? Another voicemail. Now, this one you can replace, but I like this one. And it goes something like this. Hey, I've been teaching agents in my office to run estimated values, or I've been teaching agents in my team to run estimated, or I've been teaching my admin how to run estimated values on homes. And they're doing much better this week. And I've been using some of my past clients' homes as guinea pigs. Do you want her to do a quick estimate on your home just for the heck of it? Call me or text me if you do, just let me know. And by the way, good morning, something along those lines, right?
Yeah.
Day 364, this is my favorite one because this is a whole year. It caps it out. Day 364, 9 a.m., text, Randy, congrats. It's been about a year. That's the title, okay? So I don't forget, because you have to put titles on Chime, right?
Yep.
So my text to you is right here. It says, hey, Randy, guess what? And you get a text that says, hey, Randy, guess what? At 9 a.m. At 9:02, usually they haven't responded by then. And if they have, it'll say what, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I say, about a year ago today, you closed on your home. Happy home anniversary, right?
Love
so
it.
Now this is happening as I'm doing whatever I'm doing, right? That's the beauty of this. You just have to feel comfortable with the message so that it's the right message for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the key to this is making it, if you noticed, making it as authentic as possible to who you are, right? So that it matches that message. This is how, like, I go back to this one, Randy, where it says, I think it's day 60 or day 10. where it says, do you want to buy another home? That's me joking, right?
Right.
I'm not sure if
that's
you
your
feel
personality. That's your voice, right? That's your
Yeah.
voice.
You could definitely replace this text, right? If you don't feel comfortable doing that, but that's me. So, but I also show up on it with a t-shirt to a $10 million listing appointment, and I get it. So, that's me. That's different. So whatever you are, everyone's going to get this. Let me grab the link right now and drop it in so that just in case I forget, I've already shared it with a couple of teams here. Copy link. Done. Let me put this in. Let me stop sharing this and put this into the chat. Let me see that. Yeah. So guys, you're going to find some errors on this. It's fine. We're always adding things. My team is always changing it up. So feel free to copy it, make a copy of it, and then change it up to how you think you want it to read, right? And then use it. That's the key. Anybody on Chime here on the chat? I want to know who's on Chime. So give me a yes if you're on Chime. If you're not on Chime, that's okay. Mary, Mary, you joined Chime. Oh, that's cool.
Love it. I saw that, Mary. Welcome. We're super excited to have you.
Nice, nice. All right. So if you're on Chime, the thing that I have outlined on the Google Doc that you want to take advantage of are the times. That's one thing that I actually tested over the last 7 years on times. So I chose those times specifically. Start with those. You can change them up after if you don't think they match, but this is from me doing the studies. So we do have quite a few people on Chime. That's awesome, buddy. And let me see, I have to go to the Facebook page and drop it there as well, because I know they're going to want it.
Love it.
Let me drop it there. And let me go to the other because we have it in 2 different Facebook groups. So let me get that for you. Cool. Anything you want to add there, Randy, in between?
No, nothing special. I just like to appreciate the scalability of something like this, right? Because if you're doing this for one client, yeah, I can do this for 1 client, 2 clients. I have you have your favorite client who you keep in touch with. But if you're doing serious volume and you've been in this business for several years, you're talking about hundreds of people who could be receiving these text messages and emails throughout any point of the year that you probably have no idea. So that when that past client reaches out and responds, it's, like Christmas morning when they are referring you someone or are ready to buy or sell again. I just don't want the magnitude of the opportunity here to be overlooked.
Yeah, and if you're not very creative at building stuff, just remember, if you do have Chime, there's a little section where I showed you that circle. You could just go there and see what you can add to make sure that the rest of your team can see it too. So know that part about it. Any other questions and comments that you guys have in regards to the drip or in regards to creating a drip in general? Go ahead and ask us right now while we have about a few minutes left. And in the meantime, I'm going to talk to Randy about what other places he likes to eat besides that. What was that name of that place you gave me?
You know what? Oh my gosh. If I was downstairs, I would go get my, I actually have a cookout order menu, like the actual sign.
Dude.
I was in college. It was late one night. I dared someone to go snag it. They snagged it, and I still have it to this day.
Oh, dude, I love it. Well, I also like Five Guys and fries.
Oh yeah, Five Guys crushes. I'm a big fan.
I love that, dude. All right, while we talked, now I'm hungry, but here we go. A few questions here. Linda, what's up, Linda? All right, I'm not able to save the drip campaign to my computer. Is that on purpose? Linda, correct, it is on purpose, but what you can do is copy it, make a copy, and then you can save it. So the link that I gave you, it'll open up on Google Docs, and go to the top and then just make a copy of it, and then you can save it into your Google Docs. Then you can manipulate it and change it. So the very first time I shared it, I forgot to turn off the edit feature for everybody. So I had over 100 people changing things, and I was like, oh, oops. So that's why I did that. What about the new lead drip? Yeah, we can definitely talk about the new lead drip. We've got about 10 minutes. That's perfect.
Mhm.
Becky, are the emails and texts in the smart plans on the wheel available as individual emails or texts? That's a Randy question. Let me go back to that.
So they may exist as templates.
There we go. That wheel. So if I go, let's say to this one, right, the initial contact, and I go to buyer lead area, are these available individually, or do I have to turn this on, or do I have to import this? Do you know?
What do you mean?
So if once I import this, I'm going to go ahead and import it, right? There it is, right? Now it's got all of them there. I can change them. I can do whatever I want to them. Can I go to my lead and be like, oh, this is a template? Boom, I'm just going to use this template instead and nothing else. Let's say I want to just respond myself and be like, ooh, that's a cool template. Let's just use this one.
Rather than using the entire smart plan. So
You got it.
Yeah, so right now they're just a part of the smart plan. They're not saved off individually.
All right, but what you could do if you open these, you could actually copy paste them.
And you can save it as a template. I mean, you can create your templates too.
Yeah, you could save it as a template there. So that's a good one. Dude, I still love this wheel. I don't know who came up with this. Do you know who came up with this by any chance?
I mean, it was me, obviously.
Okay, so when you were thinking of this, Randy, when you created this, this was such a smart idea because you could actually even create a solo product just from this, where you could be like, okay, here are all the drips for this, here are all the drips for this, right? Here are all the drips for this, this, and this. It's so cool because they all pop up.
Yeah, it adds a more visual element that can be more easily digested than just a big list of here's all the templates. Like that's not really fun to read. No one gets like excited about that.
No, not at all. I'm not excited about it. But you go to library and there are other things here as well that you can add. Now let me go over to my Google Docs, because I did tell people I was going to give the buyer one. Here's, I think it was a 7 days. Let me see here. I think it's this one, 7 days. I know it's like a weird name, but
I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm glad you said something.
It's just, I couldn't think of anything else. I'm trying to touch you, Randy, in a good way.
Well, hey, I hug, you know.
Because I'm a hugger.
I'm a hugger.
So let me find the right one. That was just the outline portion. I think it's this one. Let me check. Yeah, that's the one. Perfect. All right, so this is the one. It goes a little bit more into detail. You know what? I think there's a newer one. Let me grab the newer one.
This is what Tristan does, like as a hobby. He just enjoys building drip campaigns.
Yeah, dude, I love this stuff. 7 days. Ooh, that's 20. Ooh, I like this one better actually. Let me give you guys this one. I have problems with touching apparently, so 20 touches in 20 days. All right, so I outlined this specifically for COVID. So I'm going to share this one with you guys. And Randy, maybe we could throw this one into Chime as well. But it's a little softer, a little bit more open, not as aggressive. And you have to remember it's primarily for here, I think it was for Google and Facebook leads, right? Which are the most popular anyway. Mm-hmm. And so that's why it's a little softer too. They're not always as ready to go, right? And so I have disclaimers on some of these, so you know, because I know how agents are, I had to put in disclaimers so people understand what the heck this is. And let me share this out. Give me a sec, grab it, copy link, and stop. And I'm going to share this over here. Lisa, you can put them into command, but remember, command doesn't shut off the texts. So let's say they respond back to you on command. If you don't shut it off manually, and I get over 2,000 leads a month, if they don't shut off automatically, the next message will go out. and then the next one, and then the next one. And that'll make you look stupid if you've already answered some of those questions. This is why I don't have the automation on command. So don't do it on command. It does not work. And let me see here. I shared it there. Let me share it over into Facebook. Any questions on these drips? Guys, anybody have any questions on this as I'm putting these on here? Randy, anything you want to add, buddy?
No, other than I actually added these 20 touches just to go through it myself, just to see, the experience of adding smart plans, and it's quite easy.
Yeah, it is. I remember you did add that. That's right.
Yep.
So how about cold lead drips? Are you talking about, Megan, are you talking about cold lead drips like people you haven't been able to talk to, or people that you talk to and put on your sphere for like 3 years, nurturing? Is that what you're talking about? Nurturing long-term? Let's see, meet someone new and put on a sphere. We have those. I think we have those built into Chime, don't we, Randy? There's a few of those built into Chime. Let me check right now.
Yeah,
Let me
there's
grab
a number.
that.
There's a number there.
You know what? Those are already built into Chime for that. So those are there. Those are the two that I was going to share here, though, that we're finishing up building into Chime. So guys, if you haven't joined Chime, obviously this is a Chime webinar, right? So I'm putting up the link once more, and I'm really impressed with their whole process. Their backend system works really well. I have a choice to go with anybody, and I still use Chime. So that should speak volumes for everybody here, because we do have access to every piece of technology in the real estate world, CRM wise or marketing wise. And this has been the best one. Lisa, yeah, command has some limitations. I know they're going to announce a couple of things at Mega Camp on September 17th and 19th through 19th, but that's not one of the things they're going to announce. How do I know? Because I'm the one telling them what to put in and what to take out. So that was one of the things that's not even on their list, because I brought it up and they put that on the back burner. All right, so that's not on their list. Mark is asking how much is Chime, and then we'll wrap it up, dude. What's the pricing on Chime?
Mark, fill out that link you see right above you, and we're going to reach out to you to give you the special LCA pricing. So pricing largely depends on number of users and what if you're interested in any marketing. So
that was a great question here. So fill that out. There's another great question by Amanda. Amanda, you always have great questions. Here she goes. When doing drips, do you monitor open rates, or is your intent just to send an email to stay in touch? Amanda, I definitely measure open rates, and this is why I can tell you those times work. So with Google and Facebook, they're approximately the same on open rates. So brand new leads coming in, we get a 72% open ratio on our texts, our initial texts. But remember, our texts are not just one text. It's more like, it's like this. Hey, Randy, immediately coming in, 2, 3, 4 minutes in. Soft, because Google and Facebook are usually a little bit further out. So it's like, hey, Randy, this is Tristan. I noticed you just signed up through Facebook or on Google for our website. Listen, Randy, I don't want to spam you. This is all by text. I don't want to spam you. Can you tell me what areas you're looking in? Question mark. Easy. Doesn't respond. 15 minutes later, 20 minutes later, I do a nudge text, and the nudge is, hey, Randy, let me know. I want to make sure I send you the right homes. And then he responds. So all of a sudden, first of all, we respond to text more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Second, he may not have been in the right place to respond back to that text quickly, but my nudge, because I'm nice about it, my nudge is like, oh, Randy's like, oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I'm not interested, or no, thanks. Right.
I laugh because Tristan does this to me. When he texts me, if I don't respond, it's 20 minutes later. Let me know. And it gets me every time. It gets me every time.
That's so true. You can do let me know. Let me know. So, but yeah, the key is the texting and the sequence and the times. I think you forget that those times are important because you've got the 8 a.m. just starting off. You've got the 12, 11:58, 11:59, 12:05, usually lunchtime, even during COVID, right? And you've got the early evening, right? Or late texts, right? And so those are the times that people are taking breaks to go onto social media. Those are the times that people are picking up the phone to see their texts. Those are the times that I'm texting them to engage with them. And so you should be too. Video will be posted up on YouTube. And if you missed the link, I'll post it up to the top later on today, Randy. And I'll put like, hey, everybody who missed the Chime webinar, here's the link to download the drips. And then I'll put any specials you want up there for me.
Love it.
You good? And dude, besides Five Guys and fries, what else is good? Because I'm hungry.
We've got, Zaxby's, Chick-fil-A, that's it right there.
Chick-fil-A is good, but it's everywhere. What's like unique?
What's unique?
Yeah.
What is unique? Oh man. Oh, Delia's fried chicken. Delia's.
I'm Googling that. What?
That's probably just a Southern thing. Delia's chicken sausage all day.
Delia.
Fresh.
Well, I don't even know how to spell that.
Yeah, it's a Southern thing.
How do you spell it?
I don't know how you spell it.
Delia's.
Delia's. Yeah,
Fry.
it's DELIA'. Delia's chicken sausage stand.
You know what? Is that like a thing or is that a place to eat at?
What do you mean? That's a place to eat at. It's Delia's.
Dude, I don't know
sausage
anything.
stand.
All right, well, there you go. Obviously, I'm not from the South.
What's Delio?
My son's like, what's Delio's? It sounds good.
Delia's delicious. Come on down. We'll do a whole fried food kind of fast food tour of Atlanta.
I'll be in like a coma after.
Next time, I think I'm going to do our next webinar from Cookout.
Oh, totally. Order food and I'll be like, I'll be drooling.
I'll just sit there, let you do all the talking, just eating my big double burger.
Dude. All right, I love it. There's some good suggestions. Umami Burger in California. That's right, Tessa.
That sounds awesome.
Come to Austin and try Jack Allen's Chicken.
Kitchen.
Dude, Pam, everything in Austin tastes good.
I bet Austin does have some really good food. I really want to go.
Austin has like the best food ever. So that's no fair. All right. So we can't talk about Austin.
Yeah,
Baja Fresh is excellent. Dude, now I'm hungry. Obviously, you know I'm hungry. This is what I'm talking about. Randy, thanks. Randy's from Chime. We love Chime. Thanks for being on. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks, everybody else.
Thanks, Tristan. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Take care.